Guten Tag, the 15 most beautiful castles in the Germany is the name of the video. Germany is rich with castles, and in this video we will see the 15 most beautiful in opinion of the author of the video, guys. So let's go, let's jump in. Don't forget to like, abonnieren, like this video, guys, and let's do this.
Hi there, welcome to Lux Attic. Today we'd like to show you the 15 most beautiful castles in Germany.
Let's go!
With over 2,000 years of rich history, Germany is home to some of the most beautiful castles in the entire world, a country with more than 20,000 palaces, forts and manors.
20,000 palaces, you're kidding me?
Whether you're a history buff, just appreciate beautiful architecture, or you're into photography, then castle visits must be on your bucket list.
Imagine how much money were spent to build all these castles and palaces in Germany.
If you're not sure which places you should visit first, we've made a list with the 15 most beautiful castles in Germany. Number 15. Glurg Castle. One of the most important Renaissance castles in Northern Europe, the superb Glurg Castle sits on the Flensburg Fjord, in the town of Glücksburg. It was built on an old monastery site, which housed many dukes and nobility, since the middle of the 16th century. Since it's very close to the Danish border, this castle was also used by many Danish kings throughout history.
Is it really a castle? What is the definition of a castle? Because for me it looks like a castle-ish type house, you know? Because for me castle is like a stronghold, you know, it has walls, and yes, this castle has towers, but that's it basically. Yeah, I would say it's more like a house, castle-ish house.
Owned by a foundation headed by Christoph, Prince of Schleswig-Holstein, it now operates as a museum, which is open to the public. If you happen to be in the vicinity, it's definitely worth a day trip, especially when their gardens are open.
I bet there was so much mold inside this building because basically this castle sits on a lake. It's a lot of water over there.
Number 14. BergAltena.
Man, looks good.
The imposing Altena Castle is located in the small town of Altena, a 40-minute drive from Dortmund. Built in the 12th century on the Klusenberg Hill, this medieval castle was owned by the Counts of Berg. The House of Berg eventually abandoned it. The castle was even used as a courthouse and prison at one point in time, and in 1914 Richard Skierman turned it into a youth hostel, which is still operating today.
What a hostel, man.
The hostel is located...
I would love to stay in this kind of hostel.
...located on the lower castle courtyard, while the rest of the rooms have been turned into a museum. Number 13.
What is about like people that love to touch the history? Why do we love to relate ourselves to the history of our, let's say, parents, grandparents, or our country? Why? I just don't understand. There's some power in it. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Wartburg Castle.
Man, look at the
This
wall,
charming hilltop
man.
castle, located in the town of Eisenach, in central Germany, was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1999. Over 1,000 years of Germany's rich history can be still noticed today, as some of its original structures from the 12th and 15th centuries have been beautifully preserved. The interiors were restructured in the 19th century, turning the Wartburg Castle into a must-see attraction. 12. Lowenberg Castle.
This castle looks super ancient, Look, there's missing tower over here, missing tower over here.
A late 18th century castle of lions, the Lowenberg Castle is a medieval castle which was purposely built as a fortress. Sitting in the Burgpark Wilhelmshöhe, near the town of Kassel, the Grimm brothers' charming city, this castle is also a must-see. From the ruins that have been beautifully preserved, to its Baroque-style interiors, the armory, and the neo-Gothic chapel, not to mention the splendid outdoors, this castle offers lots to see. Number 11. Shinberg Castle. Today...
Oh, this one looks ancient also. All these walls, this tower for sure. Except this building, it looks pretty new.
The Shinberg Castle is a fancy hotel restaurant, located in the UNESCO World Heritage Site, above the medieval town of Obersel. Perfect for foodies, the menu is delectable, and the breathtaking views of the Engeholer Valley make it a culinary experience of its own.
Nice,
the building itself has...
There's a small town beneath it, you know, you can go out, chill, there's a river, you know, some attractions during the summer. Nice place to go.
It's quite a special history as well. It was first built in the early 900s, and it was destroyed in 1689, during the War of the Grand Alliance by French soldiers. It remained in
Again, those French are doing bad stuff.
ruins for roughly 200 years, when a German-American family restored it. The town council eventually took ownership, and since 1957 it is leased to the Hulp family. Number 10. The Mespelbrunn Castle.
Looks to me more like villa, you know, not like a castle.
About an hour drive from Frankfurt,
But
this late
good.
medieval, early Renaissance castle is a photographer's dream. The area around the superb Mespelbrunn Castle is surrounded by woods, and the castle sits
so
right on a
beautiful.
picturesque lake. As of today, the family of the Counts of Ingelheim are the owners of this magical castle, and still live on site.
Wow, they are so lucky to live in this kind of castle, man. I'm telling you.
Wouldn't want that.
I would love to.
Number 9. Dranberg Castle.
Oh my gosh,
This
another
late 19th century private
masterpiece.
villa, situated about 20 minutes from the city of Bonn, and 40 minutes from Cologne, has a very interesting history. If you believe in dragon tales, this one will surely capture your attention. Siegfried, hero of Nibelungenlied, apparently slayed the dragon Fafnir on those hills,
Let's
and bathed in his
go.
blood to become invulnerable. Today, the castle is fully restored and open to the public on the weekends. Its architecture
Looks
is
good,
unique,
looks good.
and even though it's not as big as other castles in this list, it deserves to be ranked as one of the most famous castles in Germany.
Imagine if you live there, how much time you need to spend to clean it, right? Wipe the floors, wipe the dust off, clean the windows, man. It's such a pain in the ass, man.
Next up, number 8. The Hohenschwangau
Oh.
Castle.
Getting better and better.
The mighty Hohenschwangau Castle is not only one of the most beautiful castles on this list, but its surrounding area is truly breathtaking as well. This castle is situated in the county of Ostalgäu, in southwestern Bavaria, very close to the Austrian border. The
Man,
great
look
king
at the view. Oh my gosh. No wonder Hitler had a residence in Bavaria. But I mean, the view is just stunning. Oh my gosh. This is like more Schweiz vibes, you know, from Switzerland.
Ludwig II of Bavaria lived in this palace in the late 19th century. His father, King Maximilian II, rebuilt and redecorated the castle in a stunning Gothic revival style, which is still preserved today. Number 7. The famed Heidelberg Castle. What makes this castle so popular with tourists? The Heidelberg Castle was built in the early 1200s, but was struck by lightning in 1537
Oh, so
and never
unlucky.
fully recovered. It still sits on partial ruins, even though the castle was expanded by 1650. In 1764, another lightning bolt destroyed some of the
Oh no, I mean, this is such a bad place to put a castle, you know, if the lightning strikes two times, Carl. It's not one time, man. It's not a coincidence.
built sections. If you're interested in guided tours of the courtyard, the terrace, and its surroundings, it is recommended you book your visit in advance, as this is one of the most popular palaces to visit in Germany. Number 6.
He said palace, not a castle, but this is a list of castles. This confusion coming in.
Reichsburg or the Kokum Castle. This imperial castle thrones over the Mosel River Valley, right above the colorful town of Kokum, and it's one of the largest medieval castles in the area. If you want that picture-perfect
gosh,
photo
look at
and a
that.
unique cultural experience, this is the site you may want to visit.
Yeah,
During
I
the
would love to visit, chill out over here in this small city and go there.
summer, there are lots of events
Be
here,
nice.
which immerse the visitors into the medieval life of the castle. But at Christmas there's a special Kokum Castle Christmas, with traditional preparations and festivities. 5.
Oh,
The Schwerin Castle.
Wow.
Since 1857, the extraordinary Schwerin Castle is state-owned, but before that it housed dukes and the Grand Dukes of Mecklenburg. It is an
Listen, those dukes knew how to live like a bowler, man. If there would be MTV cribs in back then, in let's say 16th, 15th century, or well, in which century this castle is from, they would arrive, you know, to this castle, and those dukes would show around. This is how I live. Take a look at that. You know, it's a big lake over here. We have 200 rooms inside the building, you know. I have a big wardrobe with let's say 500 dresses, man. That would be awesome to see this
old
kind
castle
of
which dates back to the early 900s, but more records
MTV
can be found
cribs.
from the 1800s on. Throughout the centuries, this castle went through many updates, and only parts of the building, dating back to the 16th and 17th centuries, were retained. This beautiful piece of architecture is surrounded by lakes and forests in the northern part of Germany. Number 4.
Oh,
The charming Liechtenstein Castle.
take a look at the bridge. It looks so nice, man. It sits on a big rock, and this magnificent view from this window and the window on that side, man. And this tower, oh my
This
gosh.
spectacular Gothic Revival castle is another privately owned castle, located in southern Germany, about an hour drive from Stuttgart. The unique history of the superb Liechtenstein Castle dates back to the years 1100. It was destroyed at least twice, and rebuilt in the 14th century, about 500 meters from the original ruins. It had a few different owners throughout the centuries, and went through countless restorations. Its rich history and its picturesque setting is probably the reason why it is one of the most popular castles in Germany. Number 3.
I mean, I would love to own it privately, but like I would live like a king. I'm telling you, I would have some serfs, and I would. I don't even know what kind of life I would have as a king. I would have a big room where I would sit on the throne with this thing on my head, with the crown on my head, and people would come, bow to me, give me the things that they brought from their homeland, the presents, and I would say, "Hail to the King Tom!"
Mighty Hohenzollern Castle. Another privately owned castle, the Hohenzollern Castle is the ancestral seat of the imperial house of Hohenzollern, sitting pretty on top of Mount Hohenzollern, about an hour southwest
Now
of Stuttgart.
this looks so gothic. I mean, this looks not gothic, but sad, scary. Not sad, scary, depressive. Maybe depressive is the right word.
It was originally built in the 11th century, and it also went through several updates and restorations as the years went by. The last one dates back to 1867, when architect
It's so high that it's above the clouds.
Friedrich August
Wow.
Stuart got his inspiration from the English Gothic Revival architecture
I'm shocked.
and the Chateau of the Loire
This
Valley.
is beautiful.
The castle is a must-see, not only for its incredible architecture, but also for the panoramic views it offers. Number 2. The picturesque Burg Elz. Burg Elz is probably the world's most beautiful Ganurban Burg, a castle which belongs to several heirs and descendants of the Elz family. This stunning hill castle is very well
nice.
preserved, a statement of the gorgeous Romanesque and Baroque architectural style. 2/3 of the castle are open to the public, and the third is being used by a branch of the family as their private residence.
What?
It is a grand
Oh my gosh, they're so lucky to own like a castle. Are you kidding me? It's a citadel.
grandiose palace, hidden in a forest, that's definitely worthy of a visit.
For sure, for sure.
Finally, we're at number 1.
This is
The
magical castle.
Neuschwanstein Castle, probably the
This is magical castle. I mean, look at that. It's in Bavaria, if I'm not wrong, yeah? Because look at the views again. There's this small, beautiful lake. Probably the castle that was I was talking about before was over here. Or I
world's
might
most
be wrong.
famous castle. This idyllic 19th century Romanesque revival palace is situated near Füssen, in the southwestern part
This
of
is so
Bavaria,
beautiful.
a few steps away from the Hohenschwangau Castle. King Ludwig II of Bavaria built this palace out of his personal funds, in honor of Richard
Wow.
Wagner, and today it is state-owned.
Take a look at that. Wow, such a beautiful views. I need to take my camera and go there and make some photos.
It really is a breathtaking sight, with a mesmerizing architecture, that
That's
also
for sure.
inspired the castle in the Disney movie Sleeping Beauty. Since it is a very popular attraction, their rules for guided tours and photos are pretty strict, but there are a few special platforms, from where you can take that picture-perfect photo. This video is just a quick guide, meant to show you 15 of the most beautiful castles you can visit in Germany. It can definitely get overwhelming, but depending on what your itinerary is, you are bound to find one on your next trip there.
Listen, I want to go to Germany. I want to visit at least a couple of these castles. The number 1 castle is a destination that I would love to visit for sure. And one day I'm going to do it, because also I want to go to Bavaria because I love Alps. I love like these beautiful views. So wait for me, Bavarians. I'm coming one day. See you in Bavaria. Anyways, auf Wiedersehen and see you next reaction videos.